anything he puts his mind into it. Yeah, because I feel like the whole creativity thing is like a bloodline thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you would see bloodline thing, which means now you feel you got it from someone from home.
Yeah, because there's singers, there's a graphic designer, there's a website designer.
Those are cousins and
Yeah,
siblings.
yeah.
Sure.
There's there's my dad was a photographer as well. My uncle was a photographer. Like I feel like this whole thing of creativity, econ, yeah. And I think it's something that is within the family. Like mokhona umuntu wakamsumi unali talent, une-gift, even if you haven't found it, but I feel like sonke sinayo leyo nto leyo, because le enginayo mina yokushutha, it's something that I didn't think I'd do, because my head was in music, yeah, and then I'd say literally this thing found me, dog, yeah, and because I believe in instincts, I just went with
The camera's flashing, lights, camera, action. It's time and it's blood and it's passion. Ayy, need a conversation. Ayy, have a conversation. Ayy, talk about it if you got it with no hesitation. Ooh, representing for your area code. Coming to you live from your favorite show. It's the forecast. Ayy, have a conversation. Talk about it if you got it with no hesitation.
Welcome to the Forecast Podcast.
So
Yeah, it was the perception, eh?
yeah, no. Well, now with the fact of you already dating one person, you shared yourself already. How which one are you fixed on your vision and your priorities and whatnot? Then you shouldn't be dating at all. Because when then you're not different than a girl, and it's trying to what's a girl. Now it's a push out boo. And go on the rest. Because if it gets you on a career first, money first, whatever, marriage last, or the kids last, but does everything else. Now, already low mundo has been sharing themselves. How funa ukuba let's straight part le funa
Yeah.
share go bayekela abantwana beze kithi wena udlulekile ndaba you
Depends how you look at it.
but I right say they say angisawazi bro mina athi ukubona 2021 ngapha ngizini
Hey,
no 2022 early 2022
2021. That was the last time I was here.
sure
Yeah.
when
2021. What's weird? Yeah.
ibhokisi leli sidlelana ngalo ngomanje nangidistract ngize liyakhala and wayibuka lona the whole time avele libeke liyakhona qala.
My niche is the celebrities, the lifestyle, which isn't really it's not like in Sanson where you'll find all the celebrities, and I feel like it's better to focus on your niche because then you get to excel in that and then expand. Well, we'll say you here in Durban, you're trying to, because at Job Issues, I feel like my strong point is that side of the photography. So rather get closer to that than be stuck here trying to do something that I know I'm not really in it, because where I'm at is where I'm passionate. Yeah.
So in terms of celebrity lifestyles, is that any different from events?
Not necessarily, but
we do a lot of events in Durban. So
yeah.
what's the difference there?
I'd say for me, my events, there's a certain criteria on how events are shot. Whereas if I'm working with someone that's giving you the creative freedom, you go bonkers, you do whatever that you want to do, creative. So it makes more sense, kanjalo. You can see for me and my events, it's like it's cool, but I prefer doing something that allows me to be creatively free.
As you speak of this, I'm kind of seeing it in your work.
Yeah.
Every time I look at your work, I can tell, oh, to this guy, you put in thoughts in the imagination in it. So sometimes we born to banjay patches but you're born in full ways that. Just before we look, so like photography career, I want to know where's Teddy from?
He's from Durban, Montclair.
Born and bred in Durban.
Actually, grew up in Mlaps and then moved to...
Was that in last?
Yeah.
Last game section. Or if it's lang ako Maxon, we keep it. With wage. Wala pala ako sa Lumex susubudi nga. For real, dog. Oh, hey, yazi. I don't know what to make soup. Break down go make some magic. Tell you what, she tell. So you've watched the whole journey.
Basically, I could say that because I've seen how it started, and looking at it now, it's like...
But mawubuka indlela kwenzeke ngayo, did you believe in it at all?
I'd never thought it would turn out to be that. Yeah, well, plus, for me, I feel like it's a very good example of how you can turn anything into whatever you want it to be. Because when I think about it now, it's like, it was literally just Ishisanyama. I think Kawashi. But when you look at it now, it's like, bruh, like, this is how big you can turn something that small, or yeah, well, that, like, and then make it into... Because I feel like now, Wazua nationally, yeah?
No, international. There's a big place below me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, dog, it's crazy. Yeah, boy, and I put aside now if it's space.
But tell me, because you grew up around the vicinity, when you were watching the transformation, well, to what age were you staying in Kona? Plus,
I was in grade 7.
grade 7, you were 13. So, soon at 13,
Exactly, like, it blew my mind because I never thought if I know it would be something this big, like, ever. Because my name is Mashasanyama. Sure. And get was with that uncle would say, this is gonna be that. It's crazy.
What's the case in what do we see? Most of the things that we take for granted. The shichapam weight. Mase shinchi lesa surprise there. Go at best ngas what it business there about weight. So it's quite interesting. Manje usuke wasuka wa Montclair. Montclair when you saw in you put a new house no man. Okay, emlas gaba again no man.
Yeah.
Or go Montclair ka musawazal.
Yeah. Because I'm from Dakota.
Sure.
No, so now, so say that, so also said it.
Were you the only child?
No, I have a little brother. Oh no, about 2. Yeah.
How old is little?
He's 18 now. Yeah.
20 years. Oh, 18. 10 years younger than you. Cool. So that's you 28. Pretty sure. So mind Indonesia.
It's really, I feel like to a certain degree he looks up to me. Sure. So yeah. But at the same time Pele is his own person, so he's very true. He's very into music, yeah, well, school vibes. Yeah, bro, he's a very chill guy. I mean, I feel like he's someone that is very smart. Like, he could achieve a lot, but if he actually put his
When compared to him, how are you different? Are you the same? Since his arms are the head.
I'd say for me, I'm more of the type of person that I said I'd like to believe what's I dream big. Yeah, whereas I feel like he hasn't found his dream.
But he knows, yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I think until that happens, then I'll understand what's okay. How determined is he? How goal-driven is he? Yeah, well, aspects like that. But yeah, I'd say he can do anything he puts his mind into it. Yeah, well, because I feel like the whole creativity thing is like a bloodline thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you would say bloodline thing, which means now you feel you got it from someone from home.
Yeah, because there's singers, there's a graphic designer, there's a website designer.
Those are cousins and
Yeah. And there's my dad was a photographer as well. My uncle was a photographer. Like, I feel like this whole thing of creativity, equal. Yeah, well, and it's, I think it's something that is within the family. Like, more khona umuntu wakamsulu unalo talent, une-gift, even if you haven't found it, but I feel like sonke sinayo leyo nto leyo, because le enginayo mina yokushuta, it's something that I didn't think I'd do, because my head was in music, yeah, bro. And then I'd say initially this thing found me, yeah, bro. And because I believe in instincts, I just went with it, yeah, bro. And yeah, it's gotten me this far.
no tell I'm sorry. Shelling Sinwangin.
Yeah.
But who's on the show? It's more I'm sorry.
But you can take that as an example as well. Cause sure, look at how dope he is.
Sure.
Listen, well,
Do you guys get along?
yeah, he's the one person I met when I first started this whole thing, and like he kind of mentored me into me discovering myself there, bro. Because I've always been into learning from other people. So when I first started, I learned from him. Bro, was okay. There's this side of photography. There's the clubs. There's the lifestyle. There's money in it, bro. So yeah, because it's really, yeah, it's educated me into this thing.
Has he? We shouldn't do it. Yeah, it's quite intriguing because in Kombozo would see why exactly. I always thought you and Shellingson have similarity. Born into the Ibanzaus. It's obvious in the fine.
Yeah.
Ni J dumb soul.
Yeah. So I would ask something. Leave it. It's weird. Like here.
Shit. Don't ask. What's the one issue? When goes with that? Nah, bro. It's some what that but I wait.
This mina, but mina go see mina bit. Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that. Safety. Oh, safe.
Yeah. What you want? Because, yeah, it's the work speaks for itself. Yeah. Well, and I mean, yeah, you can't really win.
Everyone just this part.
You can't. You should say win now.
Yeah.
When it's born, we ghost now. Yeah.
All right.
Really.
The cousin of us as we go. No, really. As in, why? As in, go into that section. I'm not trying to be cute or anything. No, it's me saying, as long as exactly muntingiti, cool then I can't be the best. Oh, so me na calling sabuga utai boninto ya and mina again to ya mina ngitsandi mali. So, injalo we.
But the pyramid, you have to be the best at what you do. You have to.
For sure.
You have to like.
But who sees the best? Who sees the best?
You.
Or who determines the best?
You.
Nah. People.
Well, I mean, people have an opinion, but when I'm waiting, I know, keep lying.
I know which doesn't count.
Of course. But the work speaks for itself, right?
Show your work or you saying work?
the work will speak for itself.
Yeah, then,
And
but if it speaks, who hears?
then it's people.
Yeah, it's a people thing, bro. This whole thing is us people pleasing. Basically, we lap dancer
For people.
for people.
Does that mean, okay, let's look at it like this, right? When, if ungayiboni ukuthi best, how are you ever gonna want to be the best? Okay, let's say people say you're not the best, right? Let's say people say there's other people that are the best, right? Would that sit well with you?
They are the best. Yeah, well, yes, you guys just said to me. I'm gonna answer the question, but I wanna answer it in a way also about I think I'm
Yeah.
Uma bantu bethi khona ungqolosi who's the best. Angithi abasho mina. Hayi ke ngifree lapho. Abakhuluma ngaye. Nami ngithi nawo the best. But mina uthi ngibelieve about how much we capable, what about capabilities or whatever, or skill sets that's for me. But I can't impose it on someone else. Bese kuba ngaye nje best best asemtestile wamprove ngendlela zakhe. Nami ngifike ngiphume lapho bese theleke yeah nangu best. Ngibuka kanjalo mina. Angifuni ukuthi ngithi kuyangidina ukuthi khona umuntu best. Yabo? Akungidini. Kodwa kungiyo opportunity ukuthi should nami ngifune ngiprove nami. Yabo? Ukuthi I could probably be better than that. And ukuhle yazi ku easier uprove ukuthi you are better than that uma usu trying. Uma usu example already of what best is. Because now it's you mastering who best and doing you and above who best. And who best and happy clean it up. Yabo? So mina ngibuka leyo nto ukuthi you learn from Shellingson. Yabo? Okay, angiyise ndala road. You learned from Shellingson.
Yeah.
And then most of you from Shellingson, you became best work. Ne? But then you were still Tate ngaphikayo. So Shellingson wonke lo consume plus Tate. That's what defines you. And then when you realize now you know who you are, then you became your best. And you are right by saying you're best because there's no other like you. It could be similarities, but it's not it. And the fun I'd see you on, right?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. And the reason why we took you around is because once you question what you were saying, we're not necessarily saying you're I wanted it for sure. And shit, you are the best. You're better than Shellingson. What's going on, Jimmy? Okay, never mind. Let's move. Okay. But nakuona what that's it. When I still feel also it's also a conversation. We can't just close it at you are the best. Because like me, ngiziyasho na ukuthi ubona best when. Like mina ngibuka ababukana ubest babo, ubona ubest babo, wanaye ngathi ubest. Mina I'd say depends on what you are shooting. Because I've seen dope photos, dope images from him, and I've seen dope images from you as well. Ngokwami sengaba ukuthi siqashele ini. Execution. Did you deliver? Because I feel Shellingson does dope in events. When I've never seen you in events. I think I've seen you shooting a play, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's an image I remember. But I've seen Shellingson in events. I haven't seen studio work Shellingson. But I know Shellingson is dope. I've worked with him for a couple of years. And yes, I was sponsored. Your grading was similar between the two of you guys. and naye kodwa uyashintsha futhi kubuye kube nenye grading kanjalo. But it's not about him. Asiqhubekeni labo bethi yabo ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi mina-ke wena kuwena useyingane ne growing up primary school, what type of person were you?
You.
And what type of friends do you have?
I was very introverted, bro. Cool. But I think it's mainly because I was still trying to find myself. Well, because manje, I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up. So it's got this name was well, you go to school, come back, go to school, come back. So yeah, now I'm with school. Yeah, bro. And then I think as you cooler, you start opening up, you start meeting people that want to know who you are. Yeah, bro. So yeah, but I was very in my own world.
What do you think made you the type of person? Background, what about Buddha? I don't expect to get okay.
They're very chilled. But would say, as I would say, I've never, growing up, like I was never really introduced to like the concept of like a band because I was so used to living like gay wide. Well, because at the time, Gikula, I was an only child, and then last corner, like saying it wasn't really Isapa. Yeah, but so Ukula, Ukula with a lot of bad influences that your parent tries to protect you from. So you end up not really getting to know about what it is. Yeah.
Was it a thing of ukuthi uyakhiyelwa noma ukuthi wawazi ekhaya bafuna ngizulu?
Yeah, ekhaya wawazi vele ukuthi afes ngaleskhathi kumele ubuye yabo. Abantu abakanje yazi it's the bad news. You can't really be associated with them because
That's for them unclear at that time. So you tell us about the end.
So it's like face. So if I don't come in on you, so it's like rather just stay away from trouble.
So in high school, how were you in the grades?
Hey, I'm actually in the to be honest, because so say in the way I'm at after high school, because I was so
First plan.
face. I wouldn't really say, yeah, I was the weird kid. I was the one who Otulayo minds his own. Like I speak when I'm spoken to, type of thing. So in the way it's just like it only got like hectic after high school, after like that whole. Because to be honest, the pressure was more on the fact that I have to make this matric thing like well made a football be great. So it doesn't help well focusing on clothes and then because like obviously Pelavele you dab into it and then you're born what's I'm a mag if it's as much most of the time Bofundela ama-testing ngeke ufundele i-test uphinde uyojola. There has to be you have to pick one, especially also high school.
Okay. High school, awujulanga high school yonke, wazonaka after school. Ne?
I did here and there, but it wasn't something that I wanted to prioritize.
Yini yakukhipha peace?
Then I would say when like from grade 10, 11, 12, that's when my mind was on what am I going to do after this? Yeah, well, sure. Nano would say, kona i-pressure so it's where it's like, yo, you need to have your stuff together. Because mind you, after this, what are you going to do with your life? So I think that's when I also started like focusing on what is this photography thing. Because another thing is I was still doing music as well. So I was literally caught in between this kid trying to write raps and trying to be a dope rapper. And then now I have this love for this photography thing. And as you would say, after high school, you could actually like make a job out of it. So it's like, oh, okay, this could be something that I could actually get into. So it's like, amatomazane is.
No. It's someone like already bull.
Time at Alpula and then went at the photography night. But he passed away.
Also, Tulang Maz, where's one I was going. He already turned.
She works at Nedbank here.
Oh, okay.
She's a consultant.
Only. So now, moving from Iladini, we abazali bayilo bashaya the arts. Uma kanzi do creative.
No, it's more on Gamsu. Show that side, yeah.
No, okay. So, what also decide to know a photograph? Or do you go to varsity course?
No, literally after high school. Because I wanted to study it, and then I realized I would say NSFAS couldn't really fund that. So I got an analytics gap year, yeah, I took a gap year, and then in that gap year, I had the knowledge of this photography. It exists. It can be a job. So in that gap year, I was basically trying to know as much as I can about it, going on YouTube, like just trying to learn as much as I can, so that as much as ngingayifunda esigele, but at least ngiyayifundisa. There's something engiyitholayo. We see there's nothing at all. Yeah, well, and then I got a job, and then
Job in what's in photo?
no, I was working at a coffee shop, barista. So I think I worked there for like 3 months, and then got Jaeger, because the initial purpose of that was to become an insurance. So as soon as I got enough money, it's not really my passion. So I was like, let me get into what I've been very self-teaching myself and actually start getting into it practically. So
Hey, that then must decide that what's photograph. But in
it was a very, very tough conversation, because uyazi now abazali bafuna ukuthi usebenze kwi-9 to 5, yeah, or do something that's practical, something that's owazi ukuthi kune-pay slip, yeah, because photography wasn't really something that was required as a career.
You said something about you having been a late bloomer, to call it.
Yeah.
So in high school, you said you've dabbled in the ideas of being in a relationship.
Yeah.
But then there was nothing solid. You can do you would see. I rather put my school career first and whatnot.
Yeah.
Basically, you just wanted to do good in school.
Yeah, because manje, if it's uyabona ukuthi pressure bese ngaphandle tough. There's none ukuthi mina bese like ngangibalekela ukuthi yabo once waphuma high school ungana plan, hey dog, uyashizila yabo, because manje Spani it's not that yabo asiningi ngaleyo ndlela. So most of the time, I'm sure now as uzophuma esikele ngene call center, then like most of the days futhi waspenda khona isikhathi sokuthi wena uthole ukuthi okay, what is my passion? I was told. So nami ngangibona ukuthi if it's to be sucked into that, I'd rather know what my purpose is, know ukuthi mina ngiyishaka, focus on that.
But you learn the ukuthi sure you usubuwa ukusaba ukuthi future yakhe izoba kanjani.
Yeah.
Manje ithi mina, what made you think it's something to be scared of? Because you were still in high school, you had not been outside to know what goes on outside. Khona basemndenini or friends obona ngathi they are struggling with life, you feel that way?
No, I think Ukulemlazi showed me, and it showed me how real the struggle can get, if you will. So, if it's more born, around you kuyashizilwa and it's because of 1, 2 no 3 then uyabona ukuthi hey u-1 no 2 no 3 ngathi ngangawenza because manje what if nami I fall into the same habits yabo yikho ngangithi mina the best thing I can do, and I'm sure now if we see again, maybe fundisa lento ukuthi focus esikele yabo, and nami I lived by that until ngaphuma, and then ngafuna ukuyithola ukuthi okay, what do I? Because manje esikele it's more of the parents trying to like push you. It's okay, I want you to do this, like this is good for you, yabo, and then after that. Luckily for me, I was given that freedom. It's okay. After high school, then you could decide what you want to do, but at least finish high school, finish well, ube grand, so that anything of our house at the top, it won't be that hard. So, Joba, you should say, if it's Nangbuga, like growing up all over first species, because no so imlazi, guys, P. Now, corn is P, ubona. It's one of the dog, we are born, what's it up, and
So you've never done any drugs?
no. The only thing I'm kind of dabbing into is just weed. That's
Just weed?
just weed.
You sure, bro? Shit. Now you do have a wild nigga. Serious. That's when they boys, hey, don't you tell hey, also got slap better get you.
And what's good?
Oh, so manje, okay, smooth from Lapo. Obviously your high school life was just you trying to be focused in school and doing well.
Yeah.
Ne? Of course, kondia kufundisa lonto which is almost surroundings wakho. Now you get to finish up, like finish your matric, and then it's like gap year. Like gap year, when did you start feeling now what you can open up? Because I feel if we want to gap year and then you decided to photography is what you're going to get into, then a lot of other realizations came by at the time. So when did you feel with man you can say, okay, let me start dating now, let me start playing around, let me just do photography,
Okay. Honestly, photography kind of it not really forced, but it makes it easier for you to open up to people because vele usebenza nabantu isikhathi so you can't really be that introverted if you want to work with people usebenza ngabo abantu. So it's like that kind of it allowed me to open up to women, to people, to interacting with people. Gee, like now so okay, abantu ba interact nabo, all that. So it after that, I think me opening up to photography opened me up to a whole different world besides the one I was so used to, cooped up in my own little space. So it really helped, dog. I won't even lie, because through that, I actually, I was listening to confidence, because man, you have found what's okay. You learn things about yourself throughout the process. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. This is what I like. These are the type of people I like to hang around with.
Was it easy to interact with women knowing you've been a focused kid? So now, say when to break it out.
I'm not even going to lie, because it's something I think communicates and we have found along the way, because you meet different types of women. So you meet someone now that is probably similar to you. You meet someone that's the complete opposite to you. And you meet someone that is not really the type you'd go for, but you learn to accommodate everyone. So it wasn't easy, but I will say it's ayihlukile nokuthi wenza umngane nomuntu wesilisa, yabo, because I take it like that. It was okay, cool. Like everyone is kind of similar, and then obviously as you grow, you're born, it's okay. Women also play a role in being a life partner. And you find lezi zinto lezi, because most are cool. So I mean, was okay unentombi, but there's not much to that besides, what you know. So you get to learn also, okay, in life, you meet women, you find a life partner. Like, I think there's all good, is it?
Okay, Klappe, and you was when was the first time you experienced a woman? Okay, fuck. When did you break your virginity? Don't you see?
I'll bet you.
Sure.
It was literally like after that whole high school phase, bro.
So after you post high school.
Post finishing high school, because in the grade 11, grade 12 era, like ila njengoba ngisho so prepare ukuphuma, yabo. So in that you get to meet people, you get to learn things, you get to learn what's okay. There's certain things that are, as I said, we are cool and this, yabo, and we are born also okay. Nala mo sujele nomuntu isikhathi esingaka ufuna yabo i-physical touch ekanje, yabo. So you get introduced to izinto ekanjalo. So nami ngasho ukuthi I was a late bloomer, dog, but yeah, kuleyo area 11, 12, that's when I got to.
So then that caused you to decline matric, because I mean, if you were to have sex before you write to matric exams,
Nah.
it's like, bro, shit, you just changed my whole life. I quit.
If this is all in discipline, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, la phela vele isimo saqala ukuyizwa lento, yabo. Hey, khanda nazo.
Hey.
But
Hey, bro, no shit, lie.
it's ngeke kuhlanyiswe yona voice lento, yabo, because manje yabo it's
So like you really sound like a very disciplined guy, like from the way you started
Sure.
till now, from phase, I didn't really wasn't into girls, whatever. You've been focused, now, sharp. You taste this Pulani life now, trick, but you're still on that high scale.
Sure.
Be honest, yeah. So I'm getting very focused, decent, sharp, this was whatever. Yeah, well, that's the nice narrative I'm getting about you. Well.
yeah.
But now the question comes in: don't you feel like being a late bloomer in terms of being isolated as yourself? You said well, doesn't that make your world scary now when you get into photography and you're like, whoa, doesn't that play with your mind and your discipline and your all the morals that you had, whatever could throw out and you're like, boom, what's going on here?
Not really, because that's it. About after high school, even during high school, ngangizwana namachiri, yabo, because vele phela sifunda sonke. So ukuzwana nabo kind of
Acting decent and stuff.
yeah.
And shit, this nigga.
No, but uyafunda mfethu ukuthi okay, umqondo wechiri usipana kanje. Sure, yabo. As much as I didn't dab into it kakhulu, but njengoba ngisho ukuthi ukuzwana namachiri kwasiza ukuthi okay, yabo, because yabo, to be honest with you, you learn a lot more from being friends with amachiri than you do when every chick is kind of like,
Okay. Yeah, what you would see, you learn more by being friends with Amachir. He nafundisha jana Amachir.
njengoba ngisho yabo, okay, look at it this way. Look at
What's even what I always with later today. You can do it.
Look at it this
way.
Yabo,
You get
sure. Yabo from, okay, look at it this way. If when une out or villain, yeah, both two come from two different backgrounds. You've learned two different lessons in your lives. Yeah, so there's stuff that you will learn from them that you haven't experienced, but you learn it from them because they have first-hand experience. And it works vice versa. Yeah, so with each area, you get to understand their world. Yeah, through being friends with them. Yeah, it's okay. This is what you go through. This is these are the stressful things that a girl goes through. This is what they want.
To understand my period.
I understand what's calling this customer period. Yabo, like many.
No, bro, because
Accommodate. So I during this time, so we say,
but bro, how do you understand something that you cannot prove or you cannot? Oh my ass, how you want to?
got the magic.
It's like because it's much which is day wrong here. It's
Therefore-
do I was.
We are born about the message and so in the source cards, eh? So we are born up and I'm gonna guess
How?
we are born and what's okay.
How, bro? Like what happens? That shit.
That one what's happening. It's man, you say I should play that was
Dog, you are. So when you have you. And you pay attention. Here's the thing what it is, yeah. Like I feel like anyone who could be that's interested in knowing that has plans. Like he's planning something. I don't know if I'm making sense. Because manje, if you wanna understand umuntu wesifazane ukuthi uma period ubona uba umuthi kanjani. Ufuna understand ukuthi maye happy ujabuliswa yini. Ufuna understand ukuthi maye out ujabuliswa yini. Yini athanda ukuyiphuza. Udlani, ukhalazi bakhe na. Does it not make you seem like a person ozama investigator so that sizokwazi ukuthi approach kanjani?
no. I feel like umuntu onagayo.
But then you can then make a person live a lie by making them think you are into them, but you are using what they want as way of
Or you could just be someone that is able to accommodate people.
it's not accommodation, bro.
It is.
It's not.
Woti, you said, bro, I'm in the middle of that. What are you going to let you to those key man I think that's what you also in many other episode. So cover all this thing.
Oh, was what made me guess what in abo. That's it. To be honest with you, girls can be a lot of fun. If ungazila ngalo umqondo and it's just pure cha ukuthi manje ufuna ukushaya like
But it's wrong in which ones.
ukuza ngalo umqondo
Always out of context.
it's up to you ukuthi wena ufunani uma ukuthi uza ngalokho that's you but
Yeah, but
wena uze if wena uze ngokuthi how first unchi umuntu grand so your personality yakho as it's actually really nice. Oh, you're funny. Oh, dog. I actually have a good time chilling with you.
Okay.
I don't need to really think about beyond that. I feel like that happens organically.
I mean, say it.
Think about it. Okay, I'll tell you it's ngaji. Wena ingane manje musangana naye. Sure. Yet appealing to the eye.
Sure.
Yinokuqala oyifunayo kuyona wena.
Okay, it's a question, and I will give you my honest answer. Well, it depends on me, TP, and that's what will give me an idea of what to expect from the. Say, for example, if I meet you at a place where I know I shouldn't be looking for a wife at, I'm not gonna be looking for. If I meet you at a place where it's a place where I can look for a wife, I'll be expecting a wife.
Where you find a woman they didn't want.
Yeah,
I think you can.
if the wife that you want does clubs, yes, you can.
Can you not find a friend at a club?
If the friend that you want goes to clubs, you will find a friend at a club. So all I'm saying is, it's the best answer, bro. Because think about it. If I went to a club looking for a wife, everything that is there, I'm comparing it to the idea of what a wife is for me. And if anything that's there does not match that picture, then I won't see a wife.
I love the way you say it.
But let's
Because-
say, okay, let's say you meet a hun outside of the club,
Sure.
but she doesn't have the characteristics that your wife should have, right? Are you now not going to befriend her?
No, I don't need to make friends with women.
You don't believe in all be your friends.
I don't need to make new friends, basically.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
But my point is, like,
So just because I'm interested again, sexually, do you make them friends?
yeah, saying you show
So with anyone who's your friend, it is because I'm phone.
no, I'm saying Guguti, it doesn't have to be restricted to either we smashing or Sergion or yeah, but it can be a platonic friendship between two genders
So you believe that that's possible to happen, right?
for sure. That's what I experienced.
Okay, so you got a lot of female friends.
Not a lot, but I do have a couple. I have more female friends than I do have male friends.
Okay, here's the thing, eh? You understand the female friends, right?
Sure.
Teddy, if it's cool when you off topic, one man, you know, so you draw go Instagram, no social media. You are known as a controversial photographer. You've got controversy around the same people you claim to be understanding.
Yeah.
Which means females. Females are the ones who complain about you. I don't think there's been a male who wants to take it. There's something now, no? Which means if then you understand females, why are you the one futukawana now? Because that means you're supposed to be the better guy than me, who doesn't understand them. When are you supposed to be on a better platform to start from, yabo, as opposed to me, engazitwa ngabo, funda ngendlela. Wena, you've got a foreground.
Yeah.
Yalendo, they would okay. This is where you start. When a woman is angry, it's because I'm a period. If it's not periods, it's stilettos. I say I'm leans, I business on. You pay attention. You're supposed to know better than I do.
Yeah.
Why are you the one found in controversy around the Diganja? Because I've heard, this is me. The part I've heard is 230 amantombazane uyawa harasa or uyawa tuan uyafleta na or ubasedele but abayibosende people that hard I'll promise you, I've heard of that. And it's the shit that I've heard though. Oh, here's my thing, though. You are by far one of the most successful guy who stayed the longest in Chatsle. I've heard some of other guys about because all of China were actually a client, they're not. So don't get that little foods. But Musa Gwe, Wuzi, how come you're the one who's leading in South Africa, dog? This national shit, dog. National news, bro. You are leading. They've done once, probably 3 times, 4 times on the trends list. Or photographer.
Yeah.
Or so I know. I know. How come you are the one who's leading when you are the one who's supposed to be understanding better than all of us?
But I'll put it to you like this, yabo. Ngokubona kwami, in any, I feel like especially in the media industry, more umuntu that's on the come up, there's always gonna be something that's there. Yabo. And guys, there's always gonna be a trait about you.
I haven't traded. I'm happy.
No, but hear me out. Most people,
Not be traits, right? But I want to go now there with the abandu.
there's always gonna be something, and it's happened like so many times. To a point where Nami, I understood it was okay. I should say this is part of the journey.
What did you think that answer is rather safe? It's like, it's more touche.
Because for me, okay, the reason why I say that is because, one, I don't believe ukuthi like izinto mongekho happy ngazo. Like I feel like umuntu umqondo yabo mewukuthi ngempela akakuphathi kahle. And I don't believe ukuthi I'm the type of person that doesn't give you the platform to express yourself. Because I'm very expressive.
One was so sorry to disturb, but what I'm getting from what you say, is
Well, no. Mina, what I'm saying is, I've never given umuntu that kind of experience. Yeah, but I've never, and I don't believe ukuthi if that was the case, buzongqonda. Yeah, but ukuthi I say dick,
Okay.
1 no 2 no 3, angikuthanda awungiphathi.
Okay.
Yeah, but for you to publicize it, it's kind of, for me, it comes across as cloud chase.
Okay, here's my question, Ted. So we're really pointedly, ne? I wanna build the story to come to where we are right now. You meet a client, ne? Celebrities are your clients, right?
Yes.
Are the clients or mostly just exposed? Okay. So a celebrity is your client or your muse for the day.
Yeah.
At the time when we approach, do you tell them, Wuti, yo, you are going to be a client and we shall not speak about anything post in the hlanganisile?
Akikho izinto is beyond indehlanganisile with clients.
With clients?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because you know why I'm asking, and uthe wena, why umuntu into angayithandi akutsheli wena ukuthi akayithandi? Okusho usho ukuthi into ekhona le.
What I'm saying is, if, for example, let's say you're a client, right? Mina, to me, I don't njengoba ngisho angikhulumi into beyond into esihlanganisayo, which is ukushoot. Yabo. If wena you feel like throughout lokho somehow ngikhulume kambi or something, address it. Come to me and be like, yo, 1 or 2 or 3, I don't find it cool. Or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And then I'm like, oh, I
So well,
this.
easy to show it.
Sure.
Wena nathi the man inhle phambi kwakho and easily shoots. Whether inhle or ayikho inhle ngaleyo ndlela. Yabo? Kodwa nathi phambi kwakho izoshoot. Ithi Teddy, I don't really have a plan about the shoots. Nginika wena i-creative freedom, ne? Masithi wena angikwazi nokupose. Ngicela kube wena uthatha i-charge. What's your approach like?
With that,
Yeah.
I take it obviously because you're experiencing now in so to be honest with you, when I first started this whole thing, I was the one sort of assisting most of the time with the poses and whatever, because I used to like Tumblr. Yeah.
It's crazy, it's crazy.
No,
It drag. But I wouldn't put in past you though.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm getting.
You're a lean nigga.
No, go to something straight. Yeah, sure. But
Before I wish I hamba. Gonna know.
ngeke mfusungithayi namhlanje ngiyancika.
What goes on most of Shine League? It's different, bro. I get drunk. Saying you see what type of high do you get on which one weed, because you do weed also. So why would you do lean? What's like lean back?
Yeah, really.
See, how is that nasty?
I think you're about to show your anxiety.
Well, it is fucks me up. What's the generation now when you shang anxiety, mental issues, in what? Insomnia, lava government, yeah. Okay, I have a small clue to know, bro. You can't act like something that you're not.
Director, be in that phase now, sharp. I don't know how you
Do it, yeah. Okay. So, I don't know what the fuck he's showing me, but do I say I know about? Listen, so tell me, Vince, you say, okay, I want you to take me to a time where a client comes in, let's say it's a studio vibe.
Yeah.
Comes in, tells you, it's okay, Teddy, here's a blank wall. I don't have an idea, but I've got a lot of things in my suitcase, and I just want to make sure these photos become the dish, basically. What do you do? How do you take the client through from the time acceptor into the shoot to the time where you execute the photos?
Okay. Luckily for me, I also style my shoots.
Sure.
So what I do is usually, if given the scenario you just gave me now, I would literally go through the clothes. So for me, I would usually go through the clothes that you have, the wardrobe that you have, put it together and go and what's okay. This is how you look. This is what I think looks good for you.
Does female, male?
Male or female.
Do you shoot a lot of males?
Not a lot, but I've done shoots with males. And I've done the same thing as well in a corner where a guy literally had ideas, outfits ideas as well. And they were like, yo, you're the guy, you're the creative. Please help me out, Sabo.
Okay. Guy, go. Because I'm trying to speed up because it's my point. Okay. Guy and go, you have a style boy too. How is the styling so far not different to the ones of the go?
It's all in your creativity and how you see them. Because the way I look at it, I look at them in their best form in my eye. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I think this would look good on you. Yeah, well, whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't really matter for me. Like, it's just a matter of my eye looks at this and sees this. And this is how I think the outcome of the photo shoots will be if you dress like this, and if you do it like this, and if you pose like this. Yeah, well, so I take pretty much full control of the photo shoots if you allow me to. And then I make magic happen. It's better that way than me having to take direction from you and now where you don't really know where you're going. Yeah, well, so it's like, rather let me do it.
I feel like the day show of it helps a lot of people because a lot of us kind of want that creative freedom, but we normally have to succumb to understanding what the client says they want. And then when we do wrong, the client can blame you for doing wrong in something that wasn't your idea in the first place. It was their idea. Of course, if it's their idea, it's already vivid in their heads. So if buena also you saw right, of course you're gonna do it wrong because you're not doing it how they imagined it. So I feel like it creates conversation of its own. But I'm going to okay, a male wants you to style it. What are the words that you give them? What do you say to them to encourage the confidence?
First, be the coolest nigga you can be. That's literally all you can do, especially with guys. That's the mentality you have to have more shoots. Be the coolest guy you want to be, that you see yourself as. And that's the only way it'll ever become dope, because that's where your confidence comes in.
Okay, now say posing. The coolest nigga engiyaziyo mina mhlambe say Shaka. Shaka's an example, because since Shaka is the thing right now. Yeah, he's my coolest nigga. So the whole time, you Shaka Zulu, the Shaka Zulu I know Shaka Zulu to be. When you are still in charge of the outcome of the photo because it still says you need to produce the best out of me, right? And Shaka Zulu doesn't work on me. How do you shape it to your best?
I need to see you as the best Shaka.
Then how do you, what words would you say to make a person say?
So okay, break it down to a client. So now, okay, I'm seeing that
You sure?
Yeah, okay, now I need to break down the shadows of the image we have, and I need to install what I think work for you.
Sure. Yeah. What words do you use?
If we're not Shaka,
Sure.
give no Shaka the way I see you being Shaka.
Yeah, but how do you tell me that? I'll get with me. Exact. If it's going to be right now. What words would you use?
I would literally give them the same energy I believe you should have as Usha.
No, mean. It's not about I'm following what we round it off. I would give you an idea. What would be your idea? I am Shaka right now and feeling at it.
If Manchester shoots, Usha, I will accept.
Yes,
They would have to literally start from me. It's okay, me, I've been kind of bored.
I'm full of cars. I'm full of Chile right now.
Journey.
Yeah. It's on your shoes. I was
Half minutes, keep it chest out. Chest out.
in yours.
For Kelly.
Okay.
And then show
Some cleavage. Chris, how is that? Now, what I wasn't having it. Now, we do it right now. Yeah.
show some cleavage, you know what I mean? And then, in whatever that you do, make sure we see.
No, talk to me. I'm following in whatever you have to do.
You could by now you're bad. Whatever that I do as the photographer, when I'm going to show, with lento le enzo you shoot her, make it worth my time.
That's a good job, bro. How is it going to be worth the time?
You need
What's the time
for it as well. As much as I'm giving you,
Am I supposed to meet you halfway and
for sure,
something for you as well?
for sure, I'll give you direction. God, it has to also come from you. As much as it's coming from me as Muntu Shooter, but it also has to come from you as the person that's posing.
Okay.
You then it's like you getting into character. Yeah. Well, when you're in character, that's the best time you'll get shot, when you're deep in character. If Usai doubts her, it'll definitely show it.
Okay. This is a gent.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
So, mama ladies, I'm a gent. I'm trying to be Shagazu right now. And I feel like a character. You are busy telling me, Uti, I must give you the best that I can be. So I'm showing you my best. But it doesn't look good in your photo. How do you make it
Look best.
Yeah.
Best. Thing is, Yoba Gish, I don't believe Ugote is bad. Like, okay, let's put it like this. I don't believe ukuthi into izangihlula. Kulo muntu lo obelieve ukuthi ngeke ngihlule into engakhulumi.
Into ukuze kuhlule kufanele ukwazi ukuthi yini kufanele uyi-achieve
For sure.
right? La njengamanje sobe uthi come from a blank slate ngithi mina ngifuna ukuba uShaka Zulu.
Ngendlela yakho.
Yeah, ngendlela yakho.
Nami ngizokwenza ukuthi ube uShaka Zulu ngendlela engiyibona ngayo.
You say now, you boil it down to the point of say, okay, you Shazulu, this is the best version I can bring you of yourself of Shazulu.
For sure.
That's right.
For sure.
So here, well, okay, it's up. Okay, you realize this guy is not giving Shaz, but he thinks it's Shaz. So let me motivate you to think that he's Shaz. It's like, I wasn't planning on Shaz, so now you end up deceiving them to be whoever they want.
You have to create the idea which now you can use like Shaka Zulu.
Even if
Sure.
But
How do you do it?
but it has to come from you.
No, I'm not Shaka Zulu player. I'm Gumsiz. But I'm saying to you, I want to feel like Shaka Zulu when I look at the images.
Yeah.
Whether you want to evoke that feeling out of me,
Yeah.
right? Kumina, that means you need to give me an idea of how you see Shaka Zulu when you look at me.
It's the forecast. Hey. Talk about it if you're about it with no hesitation. Hey. Need a conversation. Hey. Have a conversation. Hey. Talk about it if you're about it with no hesitation.
For more content, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and click on the notification bell. And don't forget to follow us at forecast_podcast.